Cowboys and McCarthy, of course, have parted ways, and the odds market for this kind of interesting here, guys. Coach Prime, even money. Kellen Moore plus 250, Cliff plus 350, Joe Brady plus 450, and then Ben Johnson, who we've talked about frequently here on the show today, plus 550. Tony, who gets the Dallas job?
Could you imagine betting on a decision that Jerry Jones makes? You're just betting on a completely insane person what they're going to do next. Like, it just doesn't seem like a good business decision there. Obviously, the Deion move would be intriguing, right? I look at Deion Sanders as kind of this anti-authority figure, and Jerry Jones is Mr. Authority.
Yeah.
They seem like oil and water, but I think they also both respect each other. So it would be fascinating. It would be must-see TV. The press conferences would be absolutely incredible. Maybe Jerry surprises us. I mean, dude's in his 80s. I don't know how many years he has left. Maybe he makes a move like that to win while he still owns this team. I would love to see it, but that's not been his track record. He wants coaches who he can tell what to do, who he can boss around, who he can do his own press conferences and essentially be the de facto head coach. We all know that about him. It would be fun to see, but I wouldn't be betting on Deion plus 100 right now.
You know, if you were going to enter, sorry, Jason, if you're going to enter this betting market, Tony, would any of those names be worth a punt?
Can you put them up again real quick?
Yeah, one sec.
I don't think Jerry Johnson would. So you've got to, like, what is Jerry going to do? And then who wants to play for Jerry? Who wants to subject themselves to that?
Well, and I don't see Jason Witten's name up there, and I think he very well could sort of sneak into the conversation here. But Ninja, I want to ask you, right? As much as I don't like Mike McCarthy, I get the sense that a lot of his players really do. Dak Prescott, even I think I've heard Micah Parsons, right? So I'd be curious what you think guys like Dak and Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb would think of having Deion come in. Like, I know it's prime time. I get it, right? But for Dak Prescott, who I'm not sure I believe in, right? It's like, is this a little bit of a show? And then where are we in 2027, right? So I don't know. What do you think the players think about it, Ninja?
It's an interesting question because I think there's a lot of guys in that Dallas dressing room, Dak first and foremost, who are league vets, who are players, who are doing more than just going there for a paycheck, although some of the performances on Sunday aren't really conducive to that. But I think you're right. I think maybe they would look at that as a bit of a circus hired. Like, wouldn't you think? Like, he hasn't even been successful at Colorado. They just got blown out by BYU in their bowl game. That after a disastrous season last year. So I think it's all publicity. I think it's just smoke and mirrors. I don't think coach like Deion Sanders will be in the NFL yet. But I think it's the easy narrative that the former Cowboys DB now in the head coaching ranks. Oh, there's a vacancy in America's team. Well, obviously we'll attach Coach Prime's name to the spot. But I think in this period, I think a lot of those guys wouldn't vibe with that move. Tony, do you?
Yeah, it's tough to see. Why did the Raiders say hell no? Why did the Raiders say hell no? You see, they said zero interest. They didn't just say no. We're not interested.
You know why? You know,
it was
why?
Emphatic.
Because Tom Brady is pretty sharp, as much as you might not like his voice on the broadcast. And I think he's very close to being the top decision maker there. It wouldn't shock me if he has a voice in the room. Who are you going to listen to? You know? So I think that may be part of it. But you know, with all these sort of coaching decisions, and you talk about Jerry Jones, right? I don't know, man.